Happy Saturday. All right, my children are fascinated by my husband doing his meetings online right now. So I'm going to hop on and talk to you about step 3, about how to eat in your 40s so you can experience fat loss and, way more importantly, wellness. And maybe I shouldn't even put it that way. Fat loss and wellness, they're intricately tied together, especially when you're in your 40s, when maybe your priorities might have shifted, kind of like mine, to where you just want to feel better. Looking better, yeah, great side effect, but you want to feel better so you can get up in the morning. You want to feel better so you can not be Oscar the Grouch to your family. You want to feel better so that you can take care of yourself, live your dreams, take care of your kids, all of those kind of things. So here's the deal. I've been using strategies for a year and a half now as a 40-something, and I have burned some fat and gotten some wellness, and not just some, but a lot, more than ever before in my life. So I sat down at the beginning of April and thought through those strategies and said, they're all things I learned how to do in a program, and you can do them all at home right now. So I'm going to share about them like crazy this month, because we're all in a situation right now where we have the chance, probably never had this before in our life, to create the life we want. And it's kind of becoming really clear that that's something you can do, because we're having to face the fact that our normal life is gone and something new is going to happen now. So why don't we go ahead and be choosy about what that's going to look like, and ask ourselves, like, what would it be? What are we going to create? What would we want for our life now, since we have to create our new normal? And I said to myself, what if I could share with all those 35 and over ladies out there what I didn't know, and help them create a life full of wellness and health, so they don't ever have to wind up like I did in their early 40s, feeling absolutely miserable inside and out and having no clue what to do about it. If you haven't heard me speak before, my name is Amanda. I am a Faster Way to Fat Loss client, and that's where I learned what I'm going to share about today. And I'm also a Faster Way to Fat Loss coach now. I have been for almost a year now. And here are the 4 things I've learned. When you hit 35, these all really come into play. Number 1, it's really important to focus on eating whole food nutrition so that you can eat less processed food. Number 2, it's important to learn about how insulin works every time you eat, so you can leverage that knowledge to eat in ways that make you feel great and let you eat a ton of food and not have to worry about always dieting. Third thing about eating in your 40s has nothing to do with eating, and that's what I'm going to really focus on today, and it's exercise. And I want to encourage you to exercise in a certain way. I call it smarter, not harder. 4th thing is sleep. I want you to prioritize your sleep. It's just so important now because of our age. Once you're over 35, you just got to get quality night sleep on a regular basis, or else all the other pieces of being well and burning fat can't happen for you. It just doesn't. Just won't. That's how our bodies are set up. That's how important sleep is. So you can get an overview from me in this video. If you want more detail and have concrete strategies you can put into place right now at home, I will put a link in the comments where you can get a guide I've written up for you. And I will even send you my meal plans to go along with it, so you can have some really concrete stuff to work on right now at home. I'm also going to invite you to join me in the Faster Way to Fat Loss, because like I said, the place where I learned everything that I do now was in the Faster Way to Fat Loss. And the reason I'm still doing it is because we stay in the Faster Way to Fat Loss and work together in what we call a membership. So I, right now, even though we are at home and my whole life has changed and my family's whole life has changed, I still have an extraordinary support network and accountability network around me. So my wellness has not declined. My mental health has remained stable. It's been challenged. There's been huge challenges, but I have a phenomenal system of support and accountability that was in place for me as a Faster Way to Fat Loss client. So I've kind of not missed a beat. So remember, I talked to you, there's 4 big ideas around how to eat for wellness and fat loss in your 40s. And the one I want to focus in this time today is how to work out smarter, not harder. The reason I picked today is because in the Faster Way to Fat Loss, we follow an exercise cycle. And what I learned from that cycle is that everybody, and especially us people over 35, we need to really know about our hormones and how they work in our body so we can leverage exercise that will really lead to wellness and not lead to injury and other problems. So you might have noticed this. Maybe around age 35, you noticed your metabolism changes. And what's really happening is your muscle mass is starting to deteriorate. Now, you're not doing anything wrong. It's just a normal way humans develop. But if you let the muscle mass just keep deteriorating, you know what happens? You lose your metabolism. Your metabolism in largest part comes from the work that's being done in your muscle cells. So if that whole system is falling apart year after year, starting at 35, it makes sense when you think back, you're like, that is when I lost my metabolism. And a lot of us equate it with having kiddos and had those darn kids and that ruined my metabolism. But no, it's that age 35 thing, you guys. It's just aging. So what you can do is work out smarter. You can cut back the amount of high intensity cardio you are doing that is not necessarily building muscle. And you can swap a bit of that out. In the faster way, we kind of cap it at about 50 minutes total of high intensity cardio a week. There is research in a pretty good amount now that supports that for most folks, if you're working out at like 80% of your maximum heart rate, which is high intensity cardio, you want to keep that to around 50 minutes or less a week, because that 50 minutes, that serves you really well. But more, you start to get what we call diminishing returns. You start to get injuries, overuse injuries, joint injuries. And for us 35 and over folks, your body says, there's a problem here. I'm running around like a crazy person. I'm in fight or flight. I'm releasing tons of stress hormone, tons of cortisol. I better hold on to the fat because there's a problem. So your body gets the wrong message. Your hormones get the wrong message, and it's just not serving you. You're not experiencing fat loss and you're not experiencing wellness, right? Maybe you were like I was when I was exercising like 7-8 hours a week. My kids are upstairs. And I was gaining weight no matter what I did. So that's why I say we're going to work out smarter, not harder. So we're going to swap out some of that high intensity cardio. And in its place, you're going to add in lifting weights, some kind of strength training. So if you're freaking out when I say lift weights, or you see my videos and you're like, how is she doing that? Don't panic. You can do this. And I kind of want to say, tough love, you need to do this. If you are a woman 35 and over, you are losing your muscle mass and losing your metabolism. You are fighting a losing battle if you're not layering in weights, not layering in strength training of some kind. So you can use your body weight for strength training. You can use heavy weights for strength training. You can use bands for strength training. Lots of choices that you can even do right now at home with no equipment, with just your body. But you got to do it. So here's a number to shoot for. 3 sessions a week of about 30 minutes each. The research I've read is some even just say 2, most cap it out at 3. So you're focusing on 3 sessions a week of some kind of strength training. And in the faster way to fat loss, we know we're busy and just only have so many segments of time for things in life. So we keep our workouts to around 30 minutes with a warm-up, cool down. But that's our time frame. So that's a really smart space to shoot for. So the place that I learned all of this and where I get all of my workouts from that have led me to have more muscle mass than I've ever had in my life have all been in the faster way to fat loss. And that is essentially what we do here. We're a nutrition and fitness training program, but we don't just talk at you like this video and expect you to go figure things out on your own. It's another reason why I say in your 40s, this is what you need, because instead what we do in the faster way is give you everything you need. And it's very, very scientifically, carefully organized with a plan behind it so that you are getting the VIP experience. You are not having to figure out what video should I watch on Pop Sugar Fitness, which is a great website, by the way. So if you're not sure where to even start, good place. Or what video should I go watch on another one I love, which is HasFit, Heart and Soul Fitness. They have their own website now. They actually have phenomenal strength training choices. So if you want to go look at what we're talking about today, you can go there, check that out. But what I most highly recommend, and what I'm going to wrap up by telling you today, is that it may not seem this way, but I want you to keep an open mind. Remember how I started. We are in a situation, all of us in the whole wide world right now, where we have an unprecedented opportunity to create the life we want. we get to make some choices right now. Maybe we were forced into these choices. Maybe you've been furloughed from your job. And it's time for you to get to choose how you want this to go. One choice you could make to add in, to create as part of your reality, is wellness from lifting weights. And this is just a little piece. So I highly recommend it right now. It's a place where you could start and say, you know what, I did that. And look at the results I'm accomplishing. And I feel so much better. That is what happens when you add strength training into your life, especially when you hit that 35 mark. And you heard me say, you don't need a lot of crazy equipment or anything, but you do need good support and accountability. And in my opinion, you need a very well orchestrated plan. And that's what we have in the Faster Way. So here's my opportunity for you to come join us. If you are a healthcare professional or a teacher, you're going to get some special opportunities because we know you need them right now. We know you need the Faster Way. I say everyone needs a little Faster Way in their life, but our healthcare workers right now need a big fat dose of the Faster Way in their life because it really is a support. I know they're thinking, Amanda, my clients who are healthcare workers have told me this. I have to come home and strip on the porch or in the garage and take a shower in the garage before I can go visit with my family. How in the world do you want me to try and do something like a program like the Faster Way to Fat Loss? But I promise you, we've created a round right now for you that is going to help you work on moving your body for wellness. Maybe some weight training will happen for you. It's going to help you work on how to prioritize what food you're putting in your body so you can have maximum wellness right now, maximum immunity, maximum energy. And more important than all of that, it's going to give you a community of other healthcare workers because this round, this opportunity to come into the Faster Way we're offering to you, and it's going to start April 27th, will be just for you, only for healthcare workers. And we're going to have special coaches leading it and special training for you in how to implement these healthy choices, even in the situation you're in with working shift work or having crazy hours or having limited choices on food and availability. So if you're a healthcare worker or your friends are, or you haven't spread the word yet, please do. Please share this video so they can hear. And I will put a special link in the comments just for them, just for the healthcare workers. And you are going to get $100 off the cost of the Faster Way to Fat Loss. So this 6 weeks of support would cost them $99. Teachers, your chance is coming up soon, and I will be sharing that special link for you soon. It's not quite been delivered yet, but it is coming because we know you need that support too. We know somehow you are doing your job from home, teaching our kiddos, and you're teaching your own kiddos. I don't know how. You're super people. That's all I know. Last but not least, for all the rest of us, I want you to come join me in the Faster Way. My next opportunity to do that will be the first Monday in May. May 4th, I believe. I want you to register before then because I want you to save money too, because we all need that right now. I want you to use the code STAYWELL to register to join me in the Faster Way so we can lift weights together, and you will save $50 off the cost of the Faster Way to Fat Loss, off that 6 weeks with me learning how to do this exercise smarter, not harder that I'm talking to you about, and how to do that eating whole food nutrition and less processed food, and how to leverage all the strategies that kind of hinge on how does insulin really work in our bodies, and how to thrive as a 35 and over woman, and how to prioritize sleep. Toughest one for me. So I will let you go, but I want you to check out the comments and share this video. Share it because there could be a healthcare worker out there who needs this. Write this now. They want to start April 27th. They want everything thrown at them that they can get to support them right now. And this video and the link to their special round of the Faster Way at $100 off will support them. I also want you to check out the comments and share this in case you've got teachers in your life who need to hear that something's coming their way in the very beginning of May. And last but not least, for everyone, I want you to share this video so that everyone you know can hear. You can join me, especially if you're a 35 and over lady, in my beginning of May round of the Faster Way, so we can start teaching you how to do this strength training so you can get your metabolism back and you can get your you back. So the new normal, the new back to normal for you is what you want it to be, what you made it be with your choices right now. All right, hang in there, find something to feel good about, focus on it for a little bit, and enjoy the rest of your Saturday.